So this is going to be a relatively quick one today. I just want to go over something that came to mind as I was going through and rewatching episodes of Teen Titans to review them for my Titans Tuesday review series. A lot of you guys in the comments of my recent review of the Teen Titans episode Fractured actually kind of hit on the same point that got me thinking about this theory in the first place. I tried to go back through the Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go wikis and find little details which might suggest whether or not this theory is true. But at the end of the day, there really aren't any other than just the really speculative ones that I plan to bring up in this video already. So that's mostly what this video is going to be, speculation, though I do feel like it's speculation backed by logic and reason. For those who didn't watch my review of that episode and haven't seen the episode recently, very, very briefly, it focuses on a character named Larry, an alternate dimension counterpart to Robin, showing up in our dimension to help Robin with a broken arm and also get him back in the game in terms of chasing after a motorcycle-themed villain, Johnny Rancid. Larry is a reality-warping imp in the vein of characters like Batmite and therefore can do pretty much whatever he wants, but he kind of sucks at his powers and ends up screwing up reality. The episode ends with Robin actually regressing a little bit in his character development, deciding to shoulder the burden of defeating Johnny Rancid entirely himself, whereas earlier on in the episode he was content to let his friends handle it for him since he was injured. And between this totally back-assward moral and just the general tone of the episode, watching it, I almost felt like I was watching an episode of Teen Titans Go. Like, I kind of got the sense that it was the humor in this episode specifically, which inspired the style of humor that we see in Teen Titans Go. And as I've said before, I don't think that Teen Titans Go is bad because of its sense of humor. I think it's bad for many other tangentially related reasons. So rather than hating the episode for that fact, I ended up being more intrigued by it than anything else. Intrigued enough to get me thinking. Again, for those of you who haven't seen it, in the Teen Titans Go to the Movies movie, at the end, during the credits, there's a bonus scene where we see the original team of Teen Titans trying to break through some sort of barrier. We even get a bit of dialogue from them where they claim that they may have discovered a way back, but they never really make it clear where they're trying to get back from. The implication seems to be that they're trying to break into the reality of Teen Titans Go from the reality of the original Teen Titans cartoon, creating a clear distinction between the two continuities, suggesting that they exist within a greater multiverse. After all, we just talked about the character of Larry, a character who proves that there is already a multiverse in the continuity of the base Teen Titans show. But if that's the case, and they're just trying to break into the Teen Titans Go universe from their own, why did they phrase it that way? Why did they say specifically that they might have found a way to get back? Why would they be trying to get back to a reality that they've never even been to? Now granted, this could just be a fourth wall break where they're speaking directly to us, the audience, saying, we have found a way to come back onto your TV sets. And one way or another, that is the case. They are going to be returning to our TV sets in a crossover between the original Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. But even if that is intended as a fourth wall break, that doesn't mean that there can't be a reason for that phrasing in universe as well. What I'm proposing here is that between the odd tonal similarities between the episode Fractured, the only episode of Teen Titans to feature Larry and Teen Titans Go as a whole, and the fact that the original Teen Titans seem to be trying to return to the Teen Titans Go universe, I think Larry may have created Teen Titans Go. In universe, of course. After all, Larry himself is a fourth wall breaker. He skirts atop the fourth wall throughout the entirety of that episode, riding his little scooter thing through the opening credits, singing over them, and referring to himself as Robin's biggest fan, as if he is someone who watches the show from his reality. Having the original Teen Titans break the fourth wall could be a nod to Larry in and of itself, for all we know. What if Larry, one day when he was watching some hypothetical new season of Teen Titans, one that never actually aired in the real world, he realized that the characters weren't really developing in the direction that he wanted, that the show wasn't as Robin-centric as it used to be, that the characters were maturing beyond the sense of humor that he found so endearing in them in the first place, and so he decided to try to use his near-limitless powers to make alterations to the reality in which his favorite show takes place, so as to alter the show as well. In his mind, they would be small, inconsequential changes. Robin would be more the focus again, and would steal the focus away from the others whenever he got the chance, but he'd still work with the rest of the team to accomplish things, even if he and the rest of the team did act a little goofier than they used to. Still, no harm would be done. They would still be the Teen Titans. All would be well. But then, in a turn of events which would have surprised Larry and no one else, he screwed it up, and instead of altering the reality of Teen Titans so that the characters from the original show were slightly changed, he accidentally supplanted them with an entirely new reality, populated by entirely new versions of those characters, who, rather than being a blending of the traits that Larry wanted to see in them and the traits that they were already displaying, were made up entirely of those sillier traits and almost nothing else. This would explain the characterization and attitudes of the Teen Titans Go versions of the characters, and the fact that Larry created their world would also explain its more cartoony nature, since when he breaks reality, things tend to get cartoony. And it would explain why the original Teen Titans are trying to get back to this world and where they're trying to get back from. Larry has accidentally banished them to a sort of in-between dimension where they're not able to interact with the world around them anymore. And the only way to fix that is to break back into their original reality, which has been broken by Larry, and set things right from the source. Once they arrive here, though, they will find themselves opposed by the Teen Titans Go versions of themselves. And voila, there you have the plot of this upcoming crossover event. Or at least, the way I'd like to see it go, if it has to happen at all. Honestly, I was just hoping for a continuation of the original show. And let's be honest, with all of the stories that could be told by that crossover story, it's pretty unlikely that this is going to be the one that they choose. But the crossover is reportedly being created by the crew who worked on the original show, so who knows? This does seem like the kind of story that they would tell. And I definitely think it would be a really cool one to see unfold. Not only that, but working all of these elements from Fractured into the crossover would certainly improve my opinion of that episode and of Larry as a character. End of the day, though, I just find this idea really fun and had a lot of fun speculating about it. As per usual, though, guys, I'd like to know, what did you think of any of the ideas put forth by this theory? And also, what do you guys think the Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans crossover episode is going to be about, specifically? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord, link in the description. But either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.